Paper was like gold in medieval times.
Oh, not tobacco. Sugar.
That everything we thought we knew about the world might turn out to be completely wrong.
By day, they work the tough streets of India's capital, New Delhi. And by night, they get busy managing their finances at a bank. Their bank, managed, controlled, and owned by children under 18. Imagine you're a child waking up every morning and being forced to go to work. Imagine scouring the dirty streets for rags, or running errands so you can have at least one single meal a day. It's hard to imagine. But this happens to be the everyday life of nearly 25 million children in India, abandoned on the streets and pushed to work for a living.
कुछ लोगों के घर बार नहीं है, कोई लोग पढ़ते नहीं हैं, पढ़ नहीं पाते, उनको मौका ही नहीं मिलता पढ़ने का, बस खेलते रहते, पढ़ नहीं पाते और अगर पढ़ेंगे नहीं तो बनेंगे कैसे, गरीब ही रहेंगे.
Shayna may only be 11 years old, but her responsibilities far outweigh her age. As the eldest in a family of 4, she picks rags to bring home some money. Many times she even looks after her ailing mother. In New Delhi alone, there's an estimated 45,000 children living on the streets without any adult support. They work 8 to 12 hours a day without rest for wages as low as 35 US cents.
If they don't work and they don't earn, they cannot fill their stomachs. And therefore, it's their survival strategy. Take that off from them, what will they do? They would either be pushed into pickpocketing, they can be pushed into prostitution, they can be pushed into all kinds of antisocial work. To eliminate child labor, it has to be a multi-pronged approach. It cannot be a simple solution by saying, take all the children and put them to school and child labor is eliminated and adult employment is increased.
Rita Panika has been working with street children for the last 20 years through her NGO Butterflies. She believes that given an opportunity, children can make their own decisions, a belief that led to the creation of the Children's Development Bank. Founded in 2001, it's the world's first children's bank, managed and owned by children so they can keep their money for safekeeping, as well as use it as an investment for their futures. Starting with just 20, the bank today has over 1,500 children in Delhi. It has helped them get access to education. What is unique about the initiative is the fact that the bank functions at various open areas in the city. Here, the children who have dropped out of school are also encouraged to come together for their daily studies. It's a normal weekday. and an instructor from Butterflies is out gathering children for the day's class. It's a unique approach of getting children back to school. Through 8 contact points identified in the city, a trained group of educators seek out the little ones in public areas to teach a curriculum that will enable them to secure admissions in public schools. Shayna studies at the Jama Masjid Point, which is close to where she lives and works. Every morning, she congregates under a tree for her daily studies, and at the same time to deposit the money she earns.
मेरे को एक स्कूल जाना फ़ायदा हुआ है, पढ़ना फ़ायदा हुआ है और ट्रेनिंग दिया है, मेरे को ये फ़ायदा हुआ है। और मैं बैंक में पैसे जमा करती हूँ, अगर मुझे उधार लेना होता है, लोन लेना होता है तो मैं लोन भी ले लेती हूँ।
It's a novel idea that sees children studying and making financial transactions under a tree or in a public square. Here they open accounts with as little an amount as an Indian rupee, or roughly under 2 US cents.
बेटर फ्लैश से जब मैं जुड़ा, फिर से मुझे सारे पता चल गया, बात कैसे करते हैं, आदमी से मिलते कैसे हैं, बोलते कैसे हैं, फिर मुझे सारा पता चला। 1 रुपये से भी बैंक अपना खाता खोल सकते हैं, 1 रुपये, 2 रुपये, 5 रुपये। रोज़ का जो जमा करते हैं उसको इनाम भी मिलते हैं बहुत सा, और उनको दीदी भैया घुमाने भी ले जाते हैं।
10-year-old Sharu lives with his family on a footpath in New Delhi's Chandni Chowk. He helps his father in running a small shop on a pavement. But he is a responsible child, saving regularly and participating in many educational activities.
बैंक में इसलिए पैसे जमा करते हैं कि हमें ज़रूरत पे पैसे काम आता है। अगर मुझे कोई सामान खरीदना है तो मैंने दीदी से 350 या 300 रुपये लिया था लोन, फिर से मैंने एक हेड मास्क लिया था, फिर से मैंने एक बैग खरीदा, एक बोतल खरीदा और एक टिफिन खरीदा।
The Children's Development Bank operates as a street-based concept to gain the trust of children like Shayna and Sharu. It works with them on their terms, with the children firmly in charge. But the bank is not the solution to all of the children's problems. How it prepares them to secure jobs when they enter the mainstream society is the big question. It's after 7 p.m. when street-working children return from work. It's when the Children's Development Bank begins its operations at a short-stay night shelter run by the NGO Butterflies. It's a bank owned and managed by children under 18, who also serve as account managers. But the bank functions as much more than a safe place for their monies.
But how the Children's Development Bank works is that it's not a standalone parallel program. It's not. It's linked to every other project or activity of an organization. It is primarily a life skill education. It teaches children democratic values, democratic education.
An offshoot of the bank initiative is the NGO's Community Kitchen project. One of its beneficiaries, Nand Kishore, ran away from home and came to Delhi when he was just 8 years old. Driven by hunger, he started earning money by selling odd stuff on trains, but frittered it all away on cigarettes and drugs.
जैसे कि लोग घर से भाग आते हैं, छोटे छोटे लड़के, घर पर भी कोई टेंशन होती है इसलिए वो भाग जाते हैं। तो सबसे पहले स्टेशन पर जाते हैं। स्टेशन पर जाते हैं तो नशे वाले लोग रहते हैं स्टेशन में ज़्यादातर। वो सिलोसन पीने के 2 दिन तो ऐसे अजीब सा लगता है, फिर उसके बाद आदत सी बन जाती है, तो ऐसे ही नशा बढ़ते चला जाता है।
Nand Kishore not only saves money regularly at the bank, but also receives vocational training at the community kitchen, set up by Butterflies.
This community kitchen is a unique project which started in June 2003. But this year we have professionalized into Butterfly School of Food Preparation and Catering. So basic aim is to equip them with all the skills that is required for hospitality industry.
The community kitchen is not just a training ground. It is also the official caterer for the night shelters, as well as many corporates. In a sense, the kitchen is the first step for these youngsters in what could be a career in the food industry.
As a part of curriculum, we provide them with the job placement, and some of them have even started their own food business in their respective states.
In addition to learning a new skill, the students training at the community kitchen also get a monthly stipend that's deposited directly into their bank accounts. It's a system that has made these youngsters financially independent by taking them off the streets.
मेरा सपना है कि मैं यहाँ से पढ़ाई कर सकूँ और जो मेरी कमी है वो पूरी हो सके, और मैं कुछ अच्छी नौकरी करना चाहता हूँ। और यहाँ से मैं ज़्यादातर फूड में कुछ मेरी दिलचस्पी है, मैं फूड शेफ का काम करना चाहता हूँ।
For hundreds of thousands of children, the bank is really a boon. It empowers them and allows them the freedom to decide what they want to do in life. It has also given them aspirations to get a life beyond the city's streets.
We have found that children have become far more self-confident, they are very articulate, they can say for themselves what they want, what they don't like, and what they are focusing on, because it has also focused children on their future, because this is a lifeline for them. It's a sense of security that they have.
Like any bank, the Children's Bank has the facility of current and savings accounts, with 3.5% interest on deposits. Every transaction is registered in passbooks issued to members.
The money, that is the CDB, it is put in a mainstream bank. So we have an account completely different in a bank. It earns interest on the bank. So their accounts are maintained there. So that's how you give the 3.5% interest. As for how can the children use the money for their education, they take an advance from the same bank.
The children have learnt to be responsible for themselves. They have pulled in money and bought themselves a TV and a DVD player, a luxury that they can enjoy after a hard day's work. They seem to be clear about what they want to do with the money they save. All of them wish for a better future, where they wouldn't have to go back to the mean streets.
मैं यहाँ के बच्चों को कहता हूँ, अभी तो तुम्हारा कुछ ज़्यादा खर्चा नहीं है, आने वाला जो भविष्य है उसमें तुम्हारे पैसे की ज़्यादा ज़रूरत पड़ेगी, और अभी से तुम नशा करोगे तो आगे चल के और भी नशा बढ़ेगा, इसलिए अभी से कम करो और पैसा भी कम से कम खर्च करो, तुम्हारे आगे भविष्य में मिल सके। नशा कम करो तो तुम बैंक में ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा पैसा जमा करोगे।
A vibrant city with the nation's highest per capita income. It's India's capital, New Delhi, where ironically, multitudes of children are pushed daily onto the streets. Forced to look after themselves, the working life begins early for street children.
If you ask me, I would say that every child should be living in their own families, enjoying good health, good nutrition, going to a good school, and enjoying their full childhood. That is one of their entitlements which they should get.
The NGO Butterflies not only helps street children save their hard-earned money in the Children's Development Bank, but also makes sure they go back to school. A monthly get-together such as this, organised by Butterflies, is a welcome change for these street-working children. It's one of those rare occasions when they get to be children.
बाल विकास खजाने के सदस्य बनने के लिए क्या जरूरी होता है? कोई नहीं बताएगा? मैं बताता हूँ.
But it's not all fun and play, since the event promotes team spirit, builds their self-confidence and communication skills.
उस समय जब मैंने काम शुरू किया तो बहुत कठिनाई हुई, मुझे बहुत डिफ़िकल्ट हुआ वहाँ काम करना। सबसे पहली बात तो ये कि मुझे काम करने में बहुत शर्म सी आया, क्योंकि मैंने पढ़ाई भी किया था और वो मूंगफली बेचना, नारियल बेचना मेरे से हो नहीं रहा था।
Vishnu Mahato, an alumni of Butterflies, hails from Nepal. Owing to his family's deep economic troubles, Vishnu came to Delhi as a 15-year-old boy to find a job and send money back home.
अभी जो आप मुझे देख रहे हो, अगर आप 8 साल पहले अगर मुझे देखते तो आपको बिल्कुल मतलब पहचान ही नहीं सकते कि मैं हूँ करके। इतना ज़्यादा डिफरेंट था, मतलब मैं इतना वीक था, कमज़ोर था और मतलब हालात बिल्कुल अजीब तरीके का था। और उस समय मतलब रियल में बहुत परेशानी थी, बता नहीं सकता, मैं उसको एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ अभी मैं, लेकिन मैं खुद महसूस कर पा रहा हूँ कि उस समय मेरी लाइफ क्या थी। और संस्था की मदद से मैं आज सीए कर रहा हूँ।
He was encouraged and supported by the NGO to resume the studies he had discontinued. Vishna's life is an inspiration to the other children at Butterflies. It allows them to hope for a life off the streets and out of poverty. But it's back to business as usual after a whole day of fun and frolics. Swati, an instructor at another contact point, Chandni Chowk, goes on her rounds gathering children for her evening class. This is also a time when children who come to study deposit their daily earnings.
जैसे कि मेरे बच्चों का एक बहुत बड़ा उदाहरण है, वो कबाड़ा बीनने जाते हैं मार्केट में, तो कबाड़ा वाला क्या करता है, बच्चे लेके जाते हैं 1 किलो, वो उसको आधा किलो बना के बेच देता है। तो इस उद्देश्य से हम बच्चे को समझाते हैं कि अगर आप यहाँ पर आओगे, पढ़ोगे, बैंक से जुड़ोगे और लेने देने के बारे में सीखोगे तो आपको कोई भी बेवकूफ़ नहीं बना पाएगा। अगर आप कांटा देख सकोगे तो अगर आपका 1 किलो कबाड़ा है तो वो आपको 1 किलो के ही पैसे देगा। शिक्षा आप इतना आपके जीवन में काम आएगी कि कोई भी आपको बेवकूफ़ नहीं बना सकता। अंदर का बाहर का
I don't think education needs a building. You can give education under a tree. What is required is a teacher who loves children, who is passionate about education, is creative and innovative, and teaches the children. That's important.
It's a philosophy that gave way to the NGO's mobile school and banking. Trained instructors go to areas where children don't attend schools and invite them to study. The children receive education for 1 academic year, following which they get admitted into formal schools.
It's functioning very well. The kids love it. In fact, as soon as they see the yellow bus, they all run. You don't even have to go to, call them and ask them to come. They are just there. Because we have LCD, we show cartoons, but educational cartoons. There's a lot of fun in teaching, and so the kids love it and they come for it.
The yellow bus also promotes mobile banking, wherein the children deposit their money. The Children's Development Bank has been so successful in empowering street kids here that the idea has caught on. A replicable model has evolved, complete with registers, passbooks, ID cards, and an operation manual. The best outcome of the Children's Development Bank is the fact that the children are now daring to dream about their future.
The Children's Development Bank, I would say, is an important and significant cog, if you want to say, in a wheel, wherein the children's education, their development, everything then kind of comes to a logical completion with this project.
पढ़ लिख कर मैं पुलिस बनना चाहता हूँ। जो मुझे पुलिस वाले तंग करते हैं तो मैं तंग नहीं करना चाहता हूँ। मैं जिसको मारते हैं मैं उसको बचाना चाहता हूँ और इसलिए मैं पुलिस बनना चाहता हूँ। मैं सोचता हूँ मैं पढ़ लूँ पूरा कि मुझे कुछ दिमाग आ जाए, फिर मैं पुलिस बनकर सबको मैं मदद करूँगा।
शहनाज, और पैसे जमा करने थे ना तुम? हाँ। 10 रुपये अभी अपने हाथ में रखो।
मैं चाहती हूँ कि पढ़ लिख करके अच्छा इंसान बने और टीचर बनूँ। मैं दूसरों को शिक्षा दे सकूँ और मैं भी इसे, अगर मैं पढ़ लिख के कुछ बन जाऊँगी, नौकरी लग जाएगी, तो मैं इस गरीबी से बाहर निकलूँ।